It's Patty Davis with Crooked Tree Creations, and I'm in the process of making another Christmas tree wreath, and I wanted to show you how I did it.
So, what I have started is this Christmas tree wreath right here, okay? Very similar to one that I made last week. Okay, this one was done with regular deco mesh so that we can keep it a little less expensive. Poly burlap is a little more expensive, but I like working with poly burlap a little bit better than I do the regular deco mesh. The regular deco mesh doesn't work well with me. We'll just say that. I have it a little more tough time getting it to do what I want it to do. Whereas the poly burlap will move around with me. But, okay, so this is how far I got so far. The colors I am using it's a lime green and white mixed in the poly burlap, and then the white, okay? So that's where we are right now. So I want to show you how I got to this point. I am using a witch hat form that I cut off the bottom. I will show you the form itself. It's right here. Okay. See the form? Okay. I cut off here, here, and here. Okay. I just used my wire cutters, cut that off. Now, save this because I have an idea of how we're going to use this. I made several of these last year, and I'm a hoarder. I got to say that correctly, hoarder. And because, yeah, who knows what's going to come up and, yeah. But anyhow, and I've been saving these, and I came up with something that I want to do. So, yeah, I think it's going to be my very next video of what I'm going to do with this bottom part. So, okay. But anyhow, what I did, I cut off that part, and so that's what we got here. Then I took this plastic canvas. This one is from Joann Fabrics. You can get it at Hobby Lobby and Michael's, I believe. I've never looked in the stores, but I know you can order online from Hobby Lobby. It's always in the yarn section, okay? There is a 5 mesh, and then there is a 7 mesh. The 5 mesh has bigger holes, and you want the bigger holes. It's just a lot easier to work with, plain and simple, okay? So I have the 5 mesh plastic canvas, and I just kind of traced it out. You can see where I traced it out and cut it out, and I attached it to the form using zip ties. Then at that point, okay, I'll show you from the back. You can barely see because I have all the lines on the front. I make a line going down the center, and then I started at 1 inch, and then every 2 inches made a line. So we are 2 inches going all the way down, and this is like the bottom row. Now, I will show you this point. Okay, I will show you here in just a couple minutes how I make the petals, but I was only able to fit 7 across because these petals are a little bit wider than the other one that I just showed you. I think it's the poly burlap, just kind of, because it's thicker, it's just taking up more oomph, more space. So we have only 7 going across the bottom row. 6, 6, 5, 5. I'm not sure yet. I have a feeling it's probably going to be 4, 3, 2, 2. I don't know yet, but that's my plan. And so I have a few more made. We'll see if I have enough. But I'm going to show you how I make the petals, and then we'll go from there. Again, a lot of people are going to ask, can you use the Unique in the Creek triangle form? The answer is yes. So, I'm going to show you real quick though. There is a big difference in size, okay? They're about the same lengthwise, but the Unique in the Creek board is a lot wider. But you can definitely use it if you are more comfortable using the Unique in the Creek board. Please use it, okay? I'm not going to tell you no. Definitely use it. But this is just an alternative. That's all. So I definitely will say use it if you can. So I have both this, it's a lime green and white mix, and I have that along with some white. They're both cut in 10 by 10 pieces. Does it have to be a perfect 10-inch? No. As long as it's as close as you can get. We're not looking for absolute perfection. There is no such thing as absolute perfection. So, but this is a 10 by 10 piece, okay? I just used a rotary cutter because the petal we are using does not fray, okay? So, what I am doing, I'm going to go up to one corner, okay? Then I am going to bring it over to the side, like the one corner to the other. Now you can switch it around to be like this so that the double edge is facing away from you, or you can have it so the double edge is facing towards you. I am going to make two of these so you can see the difference, okay? For this one, I'm just going to have it facing away from me, and I'm going to clip it. You can use a chip clip, whatever. I'm just using a clothespin, okay? Then, same thing with the white. And I'm going to spin that around so it's facing away from me. From here, I want from the tip of the green to the tip of the white, I'm just going to have 1 inch. If you want more of the green showing, by all means, make it a little bit further away. It'll all work. So, I'm just going to lay this down, one on top of the other. And then I'm going to put my finger right there in the middle and scrunch these up. And try to make sure they kind of even on either side. And then push this down. Now see how it just kind of makes that nice little shape there. Now I got my 6-inch zip tie, and I'm going to zip tie this shut, but I want to make sure all of these are going to be somewhat similar in length. So I am going to make these 6 inches. At the 6-inch mark, from the tip of the green up to the zip tie, and then zip tie it shut. Some people will ask, can you use rubber bands? Yes, you can use rubber bands. Okay, so this is the petal with that double side facing away. Again, really, it's not going to matter. I am just super picky. I'm like very crazy that way. I know it. It's a downfall, but so I'm going to make another one. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this over so the double side is facing me. I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm just going quickly because, listen, it's really not going to be, as long as you got a tip going there And you don't want it to be like this. You kind of want to make sure the double side kind of either matches up or this is slightly going over so you don't see the double side. Okay, now I'm going to make sure again that this is 1 inch from the tip of the green to the tip of the white. Take that clip out, kind of scrunch these up, and then push this down. Again, I'm going to measure about 6 inches, and I'm going to shut that zip tie and we should be good. Now the difference with this is, okay, we just have that double side on this side and the double side on this side. So when we put these on the wreath, that way you can make sure that one side is all the way, you know, always towards the outside. That's the only reason I do it like that. So, okay, then we're going to take these, clip these off, and I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim this up. Okay, I do half and half just because it's so thick. It's kind of hard to get my scissors all the way through in one swoop. Okay. At this point, I like to use 8-inch zip ties instead of the 6. I just feel like sometimes when I'm making the petal, 8-inch might be a little too much and 4 isn't enough. So, but when I put them actually on the wreath itself, I think the 8-inch just makes it a little bit easier. So I'll show you again what I did before. I have 7 going across here at the bottom. Let me try to do this. Okay, 7 going across the bottom, then a row of 6, another row of 6, a row of 5, and then a row of 5. Okay, so this row here, I'm going to go 4. And I'm just going to go left to right. And again, like the reason I did these both differently, because I want to make sure I do not have the double side on the outside. Again, does it matter? No. But I'm just kind of picky that way. Okay. So when you do these outside ones, you kind of want to make sure it flares out the side, okay? So as you go in, then it kind of starts going straight down and then it flares out on the other side. And since I have that center line down the middle, I kind of know where that center is. So just, since I'm only doing 4 going across on this one, I know not to cross that line on the second one, basically, right? And when you put these in, you put the zip tie in, skip 1 hole, and then come out the other side. It's basically very simple. And as we are doing this too, the main goal, we just want to make sure that we are covering, nobody can see either the form or the zip ties on the previous row. So that's pretty much the main goal. So I think we're good so far. So I'm going to do, I think I might do another 3 here. I have enough to do 3. So I'm going to do 3 and then 2 up here. And these top 2, we don't have to worry about them flaring. I kind of want them to go right here in between that 3, in between there, just to make sure those zip ties are hidden and everything. Okay, now I already have a bow made up. Okay, it's not perfect, but you know what, it will work. And what I'm going to do, right where these 2 zip ties of these top petals are, I'm going to kind of go through there. Anyhow, this is finished. Okay, try to get this out as far as we can. And from this point, if you want to do, put some ornaments on there. You could put, the snowflakes like I did with this other one. There's so many different things you can do. You can actually even put ribbon through there. I mean, why not? Make garland going, diagonal. Wouldn't that be cool? So there's a bunch of stuff you can do from this point, but I actually think I may leave this the way it is. I don't think I'm going to add anything because I think this has like a very natural look about it, and I like that natural look. So I think I'm going to leave this one as is.